We have to help them help themselves is really what we have to do, because we're not going to be here forever.
We have big challenges ahead of us. We must have a strong security force for Afghanistan, and we're working on that to attain that force.
My goal is to help everything become Afghan-led.
This is an important mission. This is a piece of a puzzle, and it's an important piece.
9 years ago, the objectives seemed clear: defeat the enemy and stabilize the region. What we didn't know then are the multiple challenges that exist, militarily, politically, economically, and culturally.
We've learned a lot of lessons in the last 9 years, but perhaps the strongest one to emerge is that if Afghanistan is to stand on its own as a stable nation, it requires a strategy of commitment.
Well, I think we've got to make progress right now, and we have to do it obviously as rapidly as we can. Reality is that this is all hard all the time.
In the capital of Kabul, life is a challenge. The times are tough. But in one part of the city, reality is taking on a different shape.
These are the summer boots we're building right now, right?
Farhad Ihsan Safi is bringing the family boot business back.
2 weeks.
Waiting for the winter fabric to come in.
It is, he says, definitely difficult, but it's also a real step forward.
Because our factory has been since 1979, and during Taliban time it was destroyed, and in 2001 my father established the company back.
Kabul Milli, which means city boots, is reopened, but surviving in a state of war hasn't been easy.
And there's where you make your soul back.
For 21-year-old Safi, what drives him is commitment to his family and country.
Working until 12 o'clock night, always thinking over the manufacturing facilities, what we need to go out tomorrow or day after tomorrow for the future of Afghanistan.
A future that currently looks a lot stronger because Kabul Milli is making boots for the Afghan security forces, part of a program called Afghan First.
We went out and looked at things that we could produce locally, and boots was probably one of the first ones.
Afghan First is an initiative of NATO training mission Afghanistan, part of a growing realization that security and economic growth are cobbled together.
We focus our effort on those things that we can jumpstart what they're doing. They can help their security forces. It brings the people closer to their security forces because they're manufacturing for them. But it also gives them an opportunity to grow in both the domestic and the international market.
Colonel John Ferrari is NTMA Deputy Commander for programs responsible for integrating money, logistics, equipment infrastructure, and on-site training. A position that carries with it a $10 billion a year budget. About a third is dedicated to Afghan First.
SAO office told us that the quality they have certified by the US laboratories, and they are like thinking over to export our goods to the other countries.
The initial contract calls for 500,000 pairs of boots by the end of the year.
It will be finished by November.
In part because of the 550 Afghans that work here, men and women.
I'm thinking to expand this factory, more people on work, and it's good for the Afghan people and also for our own business too.
It's a good news story, but it comes at a high cost.
His uncle was running it. His uncle got killed in his line of work, because he works with us. Puts him and his family at risk.
Right now, security in Afghanistan is not much better, but we hope that in future security will be getting much better.
Yeah.
We certainly recognize the importance of creating security. Then behind that security, we hope what we're going to be able to build is better governance by Afghans, better development opportunities, better economic growth, better schools, opportunities for children, health clinics. And all of that has to come together if we are going to have success here.
I'm told the real strategy here is one of commitment.
I am talking about a strategy of commitment. We are committed to Afghanistan. We're committed to help them fight this terrorist threat, to fight the insurgency in their country, to find a way to build peace.
The hope for a secure peace is being heard throughout the land, especially here in the south, where high desert landscapes nurture agricultural river valleys, rural farmlands best known for pomegranates and poppy. Poorest territory recognized for its Taliban presence and as the center of Operation Hamkari.
What you see is a commitment by the coalition and Afghan forces to use everything we have to achieve the effect that we need.
Hamkari kicked off last spring, intent on breaking Taliban control. Brigadier General Ben Hodges is Deputy Commander, Regional Command South, a job he's held for the last 13 months.
We're their out-clearance team.
He says commitment has paid off in Marja, the Arghandab Valley, and Kandahar City.
Are there Taliban there? Absolutely. Can they drive through on a motorcycle? Of course they can. But we can go anywhere. We have a mayor, a governor, there's coalition, Afghan security, and if you go down the streets, there are people are at work, they're doing things.
They look to achieve equal success with Hamkari Phase 3. The districts of Zari and Panjwai acknowledge Taliban strongholds and safe havens.
This session, which pulled together Afghans and ourselves, is about preparing the Afghans for the upcoming operations that are going to happen around Kandahar, and in particular in Zari and Panjwai. And what's impressive about today is the Afghans have really planned and conceived all of this.
Sure, objective is to collect people and bring them to the government side, because this area was since 5 years under the power of Taliban.
The commitment we're making here is wholehearted and firmly behind the Afghan people.